Who are we?
Who are we? Who am I?
Who am I?
Who am I?
Who am I?
Bro.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah. Anyways,
We're two pianists.
How's good?
How's everybody doing today?
Yeah. How are you having a good day?
It looks like about 8 people have a yes, so that's cool.
Yeah.
We are two pianists.
Two piano players.
Two piano players. Two pianists. We play piano.
I think I got like 5 years under my belt of piano experience. Yeah, some.
Yeah, around there. Yeah, so we're currently music majors as well, so that also doesn't help our case.
So we know a thing or two, or not.
Not, yeah. Everything that I say, at least, is going to be like purely subjective.
For real?
I know I'm going to probably catch a lot of hot takes on this little web series, but
yeah, we're going to have some fun here, that's all.
Absolutely, and we'll come in with some different topics, different things, different lists.
Yeah, so what do we got today?
Bro, well, hold on, we didn't even say our names.
Oh, yeah, you right.
Dog.
Yeah, my name is Chris.
And I'm Colin.
And we are...
Title
pending.
Title
right
pending.
Yeah.
Title pending piano. Look at that.
Yeah.
Something related to that.
Exactly.
Or classical music in general, because that's kind of the vibe.
Yeah, true.
But on the list is our big 3's. Our big Trace. Dude. I hated making this list, I'm not gonna lie. I hated
it was a little tough because I haven't heard a lot of composers, but also I have in a way.
It's like one of those where I'm kind of okay, I'm deep searching, I'm trying to figure out which ones I'm into, which ones could I see being impactful, you know, and shit. But yeah, I mean, so how we did this, right? How we did this. Can we say chat? Is that something we could do?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. How we did this chat is we separated out our big 3 composers based on the eras. So the Baroque period, the classical period. But once it kind of got a little bit more down the line, I kind of broke it down further with 20th century. Because, you have all the people that did the weird shit.
Yeah.
You had all the people that said, hey, here's the weird shit. I don't like that, so I'm going to make even weirder shit. Yeah. And then back to the 21st century where it was yeah. So I added 20th century, modernist, postmodernist, and then 21st. Because that's kind of how the vibe goes.
Oh, yeah.
But, dude, I just noticed the cardigan that you're wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, is it?
Well, I bought it. It's newer in my closet, yeah.
Yeah, dude, no, I love it.
Thank you.
Hold up. Okay, sorry. Word.
All right, let's get started.
Dude, let's do it.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first? Because I haven't heard your list.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I sent you mine, and I was like, dude, I want yours to be a surprise, because I don't know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, low-key, now that I'm thinking about it, I was like, dude, who did Chris pick?
Well, for Baroque, of course, J.S. Bach is just top of my list, because brother wrote too much. Brother had literally God on his side.
Didn't he, dude, okay, yeah, no, that's fair. I was originally not going to put Bach, and hear me out.
I'm hearing.
I wanted to rage bait my friend. My friend is obsessed with Bach.
Wait,
and I Tony, who you might see in the future as a guest. Yeah, we had this running bit that I just hated Bach.
Oh, okay.
And I don't actually Bach is good. He's your vegetables, you got to make sure that you do Bach so that way you can get to the rest. And that's the general vibe, especially with keyboard,
Oh, yeah.
You're going to do that especially for keyboard, but in general, that's kind of what I see with a lot of other, instrumental families as well. So violin, voice is chorales.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I can't really think of any other composer that everybody's afraid of. You can name any other composer. They're challenging and stuff, but we can handle with them. But the moment you say Bach, they're oh no, I'm good.
No. Get me out of here. No, like, let me out.
Yeah, brother has been like dead for like too long, and people are still scared of him. Like that's a flex on its own.
No, honestly, that's fair. Because like, if you mess up during a Bach piece, like everybody knows. That's like one of the rarities with like a lot of like classical music, is that if you mess up when you're playing Bach on stage, it's like, yeah, people like even people that like don't even particularly like listen to classical music, they'll probably be like, was that right? Like, what's going on there? Oh gosh, yeah. Bach is also my big three. I originally had it as, and I rage baited because I showed my friend Tony the list.
Yeah.
And Bach wasn't on there. I can't remember who I put. I think I put Scarlatti originally, and Scarlatti is another like top contender for me.
That's who I have as well for
really?
number 2, yeah.
Okay, word. Yeah, I love listening to this like Scarlatti sonatas, like in general. Like that's where my go-to is whenever I go to Baroque period, like keyboard stuff.
Yeah.
Is I go to Scarlatti and Bach.
Yeah, I haven't like really heard too much of Scarlatti except when Joanne played one of his 550 pieces.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Yeah,
it was really good.
So much. She did amazing. Yeah. That was really good. I remember I ended up playing one of it. I played like the da 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 the D minor, one of the D minors. He's 550, but like that one was a lot of fun to play. It just fits so well in your hands.
Okay.
And so when you like go forward and play it, especially when you go from the first section into the second section, it even just the change ups in the key and like how you go about the sonata, it just fits really comfortably in your hands, and it's so much fun to play. And then if you like do the repeats and then you add the extra ornamentations and stuff like that and make it a little different here and there, it's even more fun because you get to kind of challenge yourself with what you can do throughout it.
Okay.
And that's something that like when me and my teacher were doing it, it was like, yo, that's pretty awesome. We got to like experiment. So that was like my fun side with Scarlatti. And then when I did like a Bach convention like a long time ago, it was like similar to that, but also it was Bach, and nobody wanted to be like, oh, let's mess around with Bach.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, like I could see Bach and Scarlatti being tied, but I obviously will put Bach more on that higher pedestal just because like he's
just amazing.
He's done so much. And I mean, granted, Scarlatti has too, but in terms of like what we see nowadays worldwide, much more of a chance that you'll see someone step into the Bach world and say like, hey, play this, play a couple fugues, play a suite of his, like so on and so forth.
Oh yeah. Number 3 for me is just Rameau. I just heard one of his suites, and I'm like, yeah, pretty good stuff. But like not as like good as the other 2 composers, I would say. Like I just heard him, like, yeah, pretty good.
Okay, hell yeah. Honestly, I didn't even think about Rameau. Yeah, I like as I was making my list, I was like, okay, I got some people on here. You know, we'll kind of roll with it. I was thinking like early people as well, because like a lot of Baroque. Spoiler alert: a lot of Baroque like classical composers that we listen to are all like from the later Baroque period, and then there's like the early ones because it went on for a long time. But, you know, we kind of just adhere to the ones where they kind of mastered the technique of the Baroque craft or something. I don't know, man.
Who do you got for your number 3?
Oh, I have Monteverdi. Yeah, because like I was thinking of like all scopes, so I was thinking like opera, right? Because Monteverdi, he made what did he make? He made Orpheus and Eurydice.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, he was
I remember
like one
correctly.
of the first like recorded operas, and then he also challenged a lot of different things with like tone, like theory at the time, and so he was kind of like the slight bad boy on the block because of that, and so I kind of respect his game for that.
A bit hippie.
Yeah, and then I also had Telemann.
Okay.
Yeah, mainly just because of like I was listening as like I was thinking about this podcast, and I was like going through and listening. I listened to a bunch of his like instrumental works where it was just a bunch of different like chamber pieces or concertos that he made.
Okay.
There was one for like certain amount, like I think 3 trumpets, timpani, and think like a wind instrument, and I was like, oh,
That's fun. Okay.
that's fire. That's awesome. I'll listen to that. And a few of his other like keyboard works, from what I remember, I think it was a harpsichord concerto.
Okay.
That I was vibing with a lot. And then just kind of looking down the list, like reading up on him, I was like, okay, he seemed to do a lot for like the outward instrumental world. Just kind of
Yeah, I got
into
you.
it. So I was like, okay, word, you know. But yeah, I think that's my main three of like the Baroque. It
Yeah,
would
same.
be Bach, Telemann, Monteverdi.
Yeah, Bach, Scarlatti, Rameau.
No?
Cool stuff.
Hell yeah. And I mean, like, with the Baroque period too, because that's like the early foundations of like what we study, you know?
Yeah.
Like we like at least for us, for pianists, we don't we don't dip further back to the Baroque than the Baroque period, because nothing really existed for, you know, the Renaissance or the medieval period, because a lot of the instruments weren't invented or they just weren't popularized.
And like a little unfortunate or fortunate is just like Bach kind of overshadows every other composer of the time.
Yeah.
Because of just how too good he was.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah, he challenged a lot of different things even further than what like people like Monteverdi did, because Monteverdi was early. He was like an early bird. But Bach, I mean, shit, the Baroque period died when Bach died. Like that's how we look at
Another
it. Like,
flex, dude.
yeah, that is true. Yeah. that is.
He took it down with them.
He took it, yo. That honestly, yeah. That shit, yeah. He was that guy. Like he knew what he was doing. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna just do it. And you know what? He did it.
You know what's wild? Nobody knew he was like great, like, until someone brought him up in like from the libraries. I forgot.
Yeah, wasn't he like recently more of a popularized discovery for like the modern day?
I can't recall who it was. Maybe Mendelssohn. That was like, yeah, he got good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why aren't we playing him more?
There was a time where like he just wasn't popular, and then yeah, I think it was Mendelssohn. Yeah, Felix
Mendelssohn.
yeah. Mendelssohn. There are two Mendelssohns. Just like how there are like 10 Bachs. So that's why we had to specify it, because Bach was on his demon time. He yeah, I don't know what happened with him, but he just Bach, man.
Bach.
Right.
We got
classical, dude.
All right.
Go ahead.
Oh, here, I'm just gonna name out the first two. I'm just gonna leave the third one surprised if you haven't seen my list. But
okay.
My first two would be, of course, Beethoven and Mozart for me. Just how they like pushed the classical era, or like how much material they could push. I would say especially for Mozart, with how like he could improvise and just write music very easily. Like especially that like one that one opera that he wrote the overture that morning.
Bro. Yeah.
Talk about a procrastinator.
Bro, I can't even imagine waking up one day and just saying, yeah, I'm just gonna write a orchestral overture. Why not? And then boom, has it that morning. That's nuts. I applaud Mozart for like what he does. What was your second? Oh, Beethoven, right? Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, I hands down with Beethoven.
But I'd say for my third one, it would be Hummel.
Fuck, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, I don't know much about like Hummel in terms of like his music.
Well, oh Lord. If I were to recommend like what to listen to from him, it would be Piano Sonata number 5, just an incredible piece of work, and Piano Concerto number 2. Oh yeah, those pieces just kind of pretty much what shows what Hummel's is about. Just like a lot of virtuosity, very quick, a lot of like heavy, like not heavy textures, but like grand ideas compared to like what Beethoven and Mozart would produce. Okay. A bit of a hot take right there.
No, honestly, and just to preface for the audience, like these are our lists. Like these are our own personal lists of like what we deem, you know. So if you want to come at us in the chat and be like, what? Why was Hummel there and not this person? It's like, bro.
Or just agree with us.
Or just agree and then be like, yeah, and then smile and nod.
Especially with what I got in the 20th century, but I'm just going to leave that until we get there.
Yeah. I haven't looked at Hummel, so I just wrote it down, but I'm gonna look that up because
Child prodigy, virtuosic. He was taught by Haydn.
Oh, really?
Let me see who else. Haydn, Salieri, and Mozart.
Word.
And this is what I like seen from my like short research is that like Mozart was like really impressed with him, so he would like teach him free of charge. But hey, that's kind of hearsay. I don't know.
Mozart being nice?
Yeah.
Whoa, hold up.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what he said, but like that's what
the
text says.
That's
yeah.
crazy. Canonically, Mozart was kind of a douchebag, but like not like in a way that Amadeus kind of I think took it to like the max.
Yeah.
I think like they kind of showcased like some over the top stuff with Mozart, but like he was pretty hard to work with, especially with royalty, which was kind of funny.
Of course.
Yeah. Shout out Robeson. He was the one that told me that. Dr. Robeson.
Dr. Robeson.
That man is still kicking.
All right, what you got on your list?
Oh, okay. So my list is pretty similar in the fact that we both share a singular person, and that is Beethoven.
Okay.
Bro, I will glaze Beethoven until the day I die. I love playing his piano sonatas. As much as they piss me off, I love playing his piano sonatas so much. And his concerto his third concerto is one of my favorite concertos. Like I put that in like my top 20. Because like I just love the orchestration of it. I love how he plays off of like the call and response sections. I love everything about the different cadenzas that I get to hear with it. So it's like, dude, kudos to him.
I remember like us talking like before this, like remember when we were at a restaurant and we were talking about the podcast and we were talking about concertos. You were saying that Beethoven is like really high up there. I think like most of his concertos. I don't recall that, but I remember
most of his concertos, like a lot of the standard of what I see for like really pushed forward concertos, because like concertos like before the classical period, a lot of times they were shorter. Like you would have shorter concerto, and that's fine. Like they were great, and they had a very standard structure that was really awesome. Like a lot of Bach concertos. Another one of Bach, not to call back, but his 4 harpsichord concerto in A minor.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that one so much. And honestly, if I was gonna rejoin like piano ensemble or something, I would see if like a few of y'all wanted to do that, because that's a fun concerto to do. So, yeah.
Just ask me. I'll be.
I'll be
there.
Yeah. But Beethoven, like in terms of his like piano concertos, they sold. Like they were like, to me, they were really, really defined for me as like, oh, I could see myself doing a piano concerto like down the line, and that's kind of where my level of like, hey, I respect these piano concertos and I would listen to these on any day.
Gotcha.
That's where that came from. And then not to mention his his chamber works are really good too. Like he had like a really good early era in his string quintets, a string quintet, and then a lot of his quartets as well were really good. And I love his first set of piano trios. I love the third one, the C minor one.
Okay.
I love the ending, because it's just like super like after everything else that he was doing. So it was like
just a really hyped coda.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty dope.
I have yet to like truly appreciate Beethoven. Like I put him like top of the list because he is considered that like highly rated of the classical era, but right now playing him, he's not my favorite so far.
That's fair.
Yeah, just haven't like gone to appreciate his works just yet. I played his, I'm trying to remember one of his sonatas, and I'm trying to remember which number it was, 27, I believe. And I played. I'm like, yeah, this is some pretty good stuff, but like,
not to the degree.
Yeah, I haven't pushed that point where like, no, like he is a great composer.
It's weird because like, For some reason, to me, and this is going to be like probably my hot take of the day, is I actually like a lot of his middle era sonatas, like in between like 5 and like I'd say somewhere around like a sonata 18. His Appassionata is really good.
Yeah.
His Appassionata sonata is really good. I think if you you have to cherry pick his sonatas to find the great ones, and that's why like if I were to talk about Beethoven first, I would first mention his concertos and then the specific sonatas that are like
okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
I can get behind that, and especially because he was like a turning point between classical and romantic music. I think there was definitely like a huge dichotomy in the public.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, well, he did this, and then he did that, and then it's like, well, I mean, you want to label him as a classical composer? You want to label him as a romantic composer?
Depending on like which opus you're probably considering.
Yeah.
Same thing with Hummel as well. He was also
Really?
in that turning point.
Shit, really? Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know
of between classical and romantic.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to check this guy out. Hummel. Yeah. No, I definitely we're still learning, y'all.
Still learning.
And then I have Haydn. Why do you shake your head, Chris? Why do you shake your head there, buddy?
His music is kind of bland to me.
Yeah. Okay. Hear me out. Yes. But I do enjoy it as like, okay, listen, I think of Haydn as like Taylor Swift, you know?
Oh my God, okay. Yeah.
Like, I would listen, like, it's kind of that overarching, yeah, there's a lot there, and there's a lot that, kind of does sound the same.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, hey,
he was doing his job.
He was doing what he did.
He was working under, like royalty.
Shit ton of people. I mean, he was a definition. Honestly, I could go even, well, I mean, I guess I can't really say T-Swift then, because, like, he got it out, homeboy got it out the mud. Like, he went from, like, being broke on the street to working with all of these people.
Hey, respectable.
Get that bag. I gotta say, getting that bag, and, I mean, how many symphonies?
Over, like 100 and...
Like 8 or something?
108 something, yeah. Way past the 9th Symphony. So
way past. Homie got past the 9th curse.
Yeah.
Right there. And I applaud him for what he did for the community. Like, he made symphonies one of those, like, types of pieces that are, like, an instant classic, in my opinion. Like, he was one of those composers that when he got to where he got and he wrote all of those different works, it was like, yeah, this is dope. We can look behind this. Now, granted, have his works aged to the modern era today? Some, not all. Definitely, if you look at it from that lens, I do think that it is quantity over quality in some regards.
In some regards, yes.
Yeah, I do agree on that regard.
But like I said, like, he was just doing his job.
That is true.
So, like, he couldn't really help it. I don't know, like, if he had, like, much say as to, like, what he could work with.
Yeah.
So, like, that's kind of my take.
No, I agree. I think both opinions are equally valid for each of their different things. And I think that this is where the schism lies. Now we're going to fight it out for who's right. No,
you win.
No, I'm just kidding. You win. Yeah. No, like, legitimately, I think there are definitely a lot of bland Haydn pieces. Is that disrespecting Haydn? Did I just disrespect Haydn there?
Well, I am.
Take
it as you will.
Take it as you will. We're not hating on the guy. I think we both definitely just like respect the hell out of what he did.
Oh yeah.
But I think in both of our opinions, he did write some pretty, like, aging to today, probably some, like, stuff that we'd be like, okay.
Yeah, probably back in the day, you're like, yo, he's releasing another symphony.
Heat. Yeah, I can't. I can't kind of go from that to my last pick, because my last pick is not Mozart.
Yep.
And this is another controversial take, and I'll say Gluck.
Gluck.
Gluck. Gluck. Gluck.
What you got?
Dude, honestly, it was kind of a similar vibe to the Baroque period with like operas.
Oh,
So
okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
I think he took all of that kind of ideology and just kind of put it in his own perspective, and I think I respect the hell out of that.
Okay.
But if I were to like replace anybody, I would replace Gluck, and I would replace him with Mozart and put the big three up there because they're the big three for a reason. Haydn,
Yeah, for
Beethoven,
sure.
Mozart, like they were
They
so
are pretty much the
groundbreaking.
names of the classical era.
Yeah. Now, why did I put Gluck? Maybe a rage bait, but we'll see. Uh,
I'm pretty sure I know.
yeah. But yeah, I would say the classical period. I mean, isn't the classical period? No, it's not the shortest. The shortest is Romantic period.
Romantic, yep.
Yeah, because that goes from like 1820 to 19.
18. No, it's 18. What is it? No,
I
I think it's. I'm trying to remember. 1820 to 1840 or 1850. I'm wrong.
Really?
Maybe.
I
We're
usually-
only music students.
Hey, we're only students, and we decided to make this podcast because we like having fun.
Yeah.
We like podcasts. Speaking of romantic,
Yeah.
who do you
Oh,
have?
I'm excited.
Who do you have? Yeah, right. And like this is where we get into like the bread and butter of like our vibe.
So, like, should we just go one by one instead of like naming all?
Oh hell yeah!
Oh,
Sure,
yeah.
go ahead.
Okay, of course. For me, piano player number one, Chopin.
Chopin.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Let's.
Yeah, he really just pushed piano techniques and repertoire of the time. Like he just pushed it so far, especially with his etudes, even from the beginning of like his composing times. Yeah, just amazing, just amazing.
Yeah. No, I 100%. Chopin is like one of those where,
You can't really say much bad about
you
it.
can
Really.
like it's tough to say. I remember there was this one video that I watched. It was like John Malkovich. He read like I think what was it like an old like review that someone gave Chopin, and it was like trashing his music.
That's
I was like,
crazy.
exactly.
I haven't seen this video, but like,
Bro.
that take is no.
Link in the chat.
Yeah.
Dude, I just looked at that, and then I like was in my head. I was like, okay, let me go listen to some Chopin. And I listened. I'm like, yeah, whoever wrote that.
Like,
Dumb.
did he explain? Like,
Sorry.
Like, did you like see what his explanation was, or did he just blurt that out?
It was kind of just it was trashing it, and it was just calling him kind of uninspiring. I think that was like one of the main kind of takeaways from that. I'm like,
It's quite the opposite. I think his music is just incredibly
dude,
inspiring.
on a technical level and on a grandiose level, and like how well you can push forward a Chopin piece. Like there's so much you can do, even with like his simpler stuff. Like you can take that like extremely far into what you want to do. Like most of the like easier mazurkas or most of the easier preludes, like you could do so. Oh my God, like I know I'm gonna sound like a bass piano player for this, but the prelude in E minor, like if you play it right, you
Oh
play
my
it
God.
right, and if you play it like, oh my God, you'll have like it's just a tearjerker. And then not to mention like all four of his ballades, all what 3-4 of his piano sonatas. How many piano sonatas did he write?
Three, I
Three,
believe.
right? All three of those. His etudes, like you had said. What's your favorite etude?
Opus 10, number 4.
That's
Tarrant.
Tarrant. Okay,
That,
gotcha.
like, oh my lord! Like beginning of my like piano journey, like I would listen to like classical music, like be like, oh, what do I want to play in the future? And I just stumbled across Opus 10, number 4. I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever heard. And like I didn't
Yeah.
even know who Chopin was, but I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, I would want to play this because of just how like flashy it is.
Yeah.
Incredibly flashy.
And that brings up a great point. And this is why, and I'm just gonna spoiler alert now, Liszt is not on my list.
No, me neither.
No pun intended.
No.
But like he's not on my list, and it's for this specific reason. Liszt is flashy, and yes, of course, technically hard and all that stuff, but I don't think you get the same characteristic of what Chopin can do at his flashy and at his technicality
Oh, yes,
than what
I-
you can with Liszt. And you know who would fucking agree with me on that? Dr. Ivanov. Yeah. But anyways, so Torrent. Honestly, I would say mine's probably the Waterfall Etude.
Oberson number 1?
Yeah. Mainly just because a lot of it harmonically just resonates with me. Like, I love, there's just like this one section where it ends, like, this kind of one section ends on like a C major 7. And I was like, wow, that was a nice ending to this little part.
Yeah.
And like from there on out, I was like, okay, from there with the bass line especially, I was like, dude, I can rock out with this. Granted, was it a C major 7? I don't know, but it was a major 7 chord, so we'll rock with that.
And speaking of like my beginning piano journey, another Chopin piece that I like really appreciated was his Ballade number 1. Again, not knowing who Chopin was, I'm like,
yes,
this is amazing.
Oh my god!
And like I couldn't figure out why back in the day, but now I'm like, no, like
looking at
this is great.
It's so amazing. Yeah. I'm learning it right now.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
yeah,
nice.
I'm trying it out. It's going okay.
It's going okay. Yeah.
Let's just say that.
I think that's how it is when you're working with Chopin. Yeah, it's going okay.
It's going okay. It's going as good as I can get it.
His Ballade number 4 is incredible. Love the coda.
Kevin do that? Shout out Kevin.
Shout out Kevin.
Shout out Kevin. Shout out Kevin. Shout out Mason. Shout out all the homies. Yeah.
Concerto number 2, up there for me.
I didn't even think about his concertos. Oh yeah, his concertos slap.
His unfinished concerto number 3, what is Opus 42, I believe, Allegro the concert. That was his. That was the first movement of his 3rd concerto that he was gonna work on, but couldn't.
we didn't even drop his nocturnes.
Oh. Dude, like we're glazing, we are glazing.
We're glazing the shit out of it, like Chopin,
but like for good reason.
Good reason. Like, don't get me wrong. By the way, our podcast is definitely not for kids. Yeah, probably should have like programmed that. Shout out all the people listening to the podcast. Eventually, once we get, hey, we're believers. We're big believers in that. But dude. Chopin, dude, I'll glaze Chopin any day, man. Like, honestly,
how couldn't you?
How could you not? Like, which, by the way, shout out because the Chopin, the 19th annual started. Yeah, I think I started listening to it a little bit, and like the first person played the Ballade 1, and I was like, oh, she played it well. She played it really well.
I haven't yet heard of the competition yet.
I saw like the evening showcase of, I think, this like Briar Weekend. I didn't watch the morning one though, so I'm gonna check that out. And then I also want to check out, because I don't know when the Queen Elizabeth competition for piano starts, because that's like they rotate every year. They'll do like competition like depending on what instrumental group it is. So like 1 year they do piano, 1 year they do cello, 1 year voice, 1 year violin.
Oh, that's hype.
It's dope as fuck. So I definitely will be checking that out. I think this year was slated for the piano one, and then they usually post a lot of their competition stuff like on YouTube. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, shout out the Chopin competition. Shout out Chopin. Shout out his nocturnes. Did you ever play a nocturne?
No, I haven't.
Dude.
I've only played his waltz in A minor and his raindrop.
I love his waltz in A minor. The yeah, da 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 da.
Yep, that one.
Oh, I love that one. I love Rubinstein's recordings of those. Those ones are really good.
Heard it yet.
Wait, Rubinstein? No, I was thinking of his nocturnes. Never mind, I was thinking of his nocturnes, everybody. I think I only played one nocturne, and that was his Opus 55, number 1. That was back like in my beginning of my piano like college career.
Yeah, one of my goals, like after the semester ends, is to work on his etudes, to work on my technicality.
No, fair. I think his etude, and like for like extending your virtuosity in in piano technique, I think like his etudes go far with that. They're hard as shit most of the time. Well, all the time. Yeah, sorry. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. They're hard.
Yeah.
And like I have not played a Chopin etude. I tried out, I think, the Waterfall, like the first measure of it, and then I think I got ADHD distracted and I forgot about it. So, because it was in my free time. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't for like a class or anything. But I definitely need to get on that etude work. Who's your next?
My next would be Debussy.
Okay, so
I think he would be considered romantic at least.
this is the point in our pod. So I put him as 20th, which is, I can see it going both ways. Like
it's a really weird gray area.
It's weird. The area, like the gray area of it, I think is weird. I originally had him as 20th century, and then I was like, okay, hold on, and I started listening to like his later works I think that Debussy was a really good, like similar to Beethoven, where he was kind of a jumping off point for the next period. I think that Debussy did the same thing. So like, while we lumped Beethoven in classical, but people call him romantic, I think Debussy, in my opinion, could be considered, like, you could call him romantic or you can call him 20th century.
Yeah, okay.
So depending on where you're at, like for me, there are definitely pieces that if I listened to them, I was like, that's very romantic. Or if I listened to it and I'm like, wow, that's a lot of weird harmonies. That's okay. That you would find in like 20th century works. So I think it depends on like where he was. Like if you were listening to like Reverie, right?
Yeah,
like Reverie is like super romantic versus like his later preludes. Like especially like I tried learning his, I think book 1, number 8, where it's like based on like a Spanish guitar piece.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it's so cool because all you're doing is like and it's like crossing over the hands like all the time.
Oh, that's
But
high.
the harmonies all sound super muddled and complex, and I love the piece for what it is. And same thing with a lot of his other ones.
Working on Debussy, his Valse Romantique, the only piece that I've worked on by him, no, that left an impression on me, like with Debussy's work, of just like, wow, these are harmonically complex, but like incredible sounding.
Yeah, no,
It just sounds incredibly full.
Oh,
really full.
Full is such a good term for that.
Yeah.
I never found like a good word for him, but full. For me, it's Schubert.
Schubert? Okay.
Schubert. And honestly, it's not for his piano works. It's for his, it's partly for his piano works, but also for his voice works. I think like for solo voice, I think Schubert transformed a lot of what we can do with like classical voice. I respect the guy for like being able to create a lot of different melodies that when he put into like a bunch of different voice works for the Romantic period, it was like, like you could like those were like earworms, right? Like for me, I accompanied this one guy doing Der Doppelganger, and then I was gonna eventually was it Gretchen im Spinrad? I think. Hold up, let me fact check myself before I embarrass myself on live national television.
Short pause.
Short pause. Stop autocorrect.
I think one of the first Schubert pieces that I've heard was his Erlkönig. I think that's from Schubert.
Yes. Okay. So it is. I was right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Gretchen im Spinrad. It's a dope piece. Well, I'm so sorry. What was your first introduction?
Erlkönig.
Oh, okay. For me, it was honestly his impromptus because I played his first impromptu, the bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum.
I haven't heard of it.
Dude, Ben. Not Ben O, but Ben S. I think he played the entire 4 impromptu set for like his the first 4 impromptu set during his one of his recitals.
Oh, nice.
And I wish I would have been there for that because I love both the first and the second one because the second one is like and it's just like a long ass line of triplets that just form into a melody and it sounds awesome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love it. I think like overall Schubert did a lot to create really interesting melodies, both as a vocal writer and as a instrumental writer. But those are kind of like some of the main like takeaways that I get from him and from what he did in his works.
Really unfortunate that really unfortunate that he died young though.
True. Same with Chopin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, typically a lot with that kind of period, like they just like they were very frail.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Medicine was not as advanced enough.
It's crazy, like thinking about it, but like imagine how far in life they could have, like imagine how much more they could have written if they got to like Bach's age, you know, because Bach died when he was like what, 1685 to 17. He died when he was like in his 70s, I think.
Maybe
around there.
I'm not too sure, but old guy,
old man. But like
No,
Chopin
that, like,
died when he was
really-
like 30 something.
Yeah, it just makes me think, like, because, like, I think people were, like, comparing, like, Chopin and Liszt, but, like, Chopin died much earlier than Liszt, but then you see, like, where Liszt went from, like, being, like, this showman, and moving into, like, becoming a priest and, like, just writing completely,
True.
like, different pieces, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking, like, what would have happened to Chopin? Like, where could he have went?
Dude, that's
Like, it just makes me sad thinking about it.
It
Like,
does.
what could have happened?
yeah, like the fact that we got, what was it, last year? We got like a new Chopin drop,
Whoa.
guys.
Right after Mozart
Yeah,
dropped.
You're like, let me put this boy in his place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that to me. And Henley just published it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Henley Urtext. They published that shit, and it was awesome to look at. It's short, but it was awesome. Who's the last on your list?
I have two more. Yeah, I have number 3 and then an honorable mention, but I'll get to the honorable mention later because, like, I feel like I cannot leave them out.
Okay.
But number 3 is Rachmaninoff.
See, rock's another one for me. I put in 20th century.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I put in 20th century, but he's another one that's similar to Debussy. It's just different geographically.
Yeah.
Like Debussy did a lot for French Impressionism, but Rock did a lot for that merger between Romanticism to nationalism and the nationalist movement. So I put Rachmaninoff in 20th. And that's honestly because, so what I did was I put modernist and postmodernist, so I might have been a little bit more of a stickler with where I put my composers.
Okay. But yeah, Rock just really being incredible. I don't know the right word to put it, but just...
Dog, I'm gonna be so for real with you. I actually didn't put Rachmaninoff at all. I thought I did.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
Anyways, your honorable mention is Rock.
My honorable mention is Rachmaninoff for romantic.
But no, just like listening to his piano concerto number 2 and 3, it just made me feel like I want to play his pieces, because just I don't know, I feel like I could do pretty good with them at least.
His elegies, like his earlier elegy, excuse me, those are really good. His preludes are good. I just get overplayed. Like, and I hate to say it, like, okay, so like going back to Beethoven has incredible pieces, and I will glaze on Beethoven every day. But Für Elise,
Oh Lord.
the piece pisses me off sometimes. Sometimes it does. Okay, listen, guys, let's be real here. Sometimes it pisses us off.
I made it my life's mission to never learn it.
Same here, buddy. Same here. Never learned Für Elise. I knew at an early age when I looked at Für Elise and I heard it everywhere. I was like, nah. By the way, all of my music students, I know you're not watching this because this is, but have you ever had someone like listen to Mozart's like Rondo alla Turca and they'll be like, oh, that's from Bluey.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, that happens to me, and I like sometimes I have to be like, well, hold on. It's from this guy. I point to Mozart and be like, yeah, what if I told you that same song, I call it song, we call it piece, but like,
yeah,
what if that same piece was made like, what was it, 400-ish years ago, 500-ish years, 300-ish years ago.
Yes.
Sorry.
300.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I said 5. 300 years ago-ish. And then their eyes just go, I'm like, yeah. You think Bluey made it? No. But anyways,
yeah,
that's a past period. My second pick is Sibelius. No, not Sibelius. Sorry, not Sibelius. Wrong list. My third pick,
Okay.
Tchaikovsky.
Tchaikovsky. Okay.
Dude, Tchaikovsky overall is one of my favorite composers as like time has progressed, and that's mainly because of not his Nutcracker, not his Swan Lake, not his Concerto Number 1, his Seasons pieces.
His Seasons pieces.
Dude,
Okay.
I'm gonna learn all 12 because
Okay.
they're so cool. Like they're so chill. They're not chill as in they're easy to play, but they're such a good piece to get started with if you're going into that realm of like upper level professional piano.
Oh yeah.
Because like there's a lot in there that teaches you some complex stuff. Like his June Baccarat. Am I pronouncing that right? Yeah, sure. Is amazing. His September, was it The Hunt? That's amazing for octaves.
Oh, okay.
And then his April Snowdrop. It's called like the Snowdrop piece. That piece is just really cool harmonically to listen to. And then the one that I played, which was August, that's good for fast like compound meter, like 6/8 type stuff.
Yeah.
Like I think there's just a lot that you can do in those pieces and make it sound so beautiful and so amazing. Not like, and I will confront this on myself to the day I die. Playing Tchaikovsky's Opus 37B number 8, his August, one of the best performances that I think that I've had to date because of just how much fun I've had playing it. It was such a fun, awesome piece, and it's a simple form. Like it's ABA.
Okay.
And you can call the second A section A prime if you want because the ending's different, but not that different. So I just call it A. But it's simplistic in form, so it's easy to digest when you're practicing it. You can really easily chunk it out practice wise. And then like if I was going beyond that, then yes, like all of his other works, his ballet, like his ballets, his suites, everything that he's done in that realm, I think made ballets even more popular than what they were at the time. I like ballets. Like I like the mixture between dance and music. Like I think that's something for me characteristically. Like I would go see a ballet every year. Me and my mom, we go see the Nutcracker because she loves the Nutcracker, and then I just like music.
Yeah, I haven't gone to that point in my life of listening to ballets yet, but one that I do want to watch that caught my interest is Rite of Spring. I know, wild.
No, we'll get to that. Oh my gosh, I love Rite of Spring.
Yeah, because like I feel like we're not there yet, but I feel like if I watched the ballet with the music, I would appreciate it a lot more instead of just listening to itself by itself.
Yeah, I have to preface for Tchaikovsky, it's not like if I'm ever turning on something from Tchaikovsky's ballets, I'm not listening to it on Spotify. I'm going to like either YouTube or I'm watching it live because
it is different.
It
is a different
way
experience.
different of an experience. Yeah. No, yeah. But yeah, I think those are like my main romantic composers, like Tchaikovsky for sure, Schubert and Chopin. And it was hard making this list because there were so many that I wanted to add, like both Mendelssohns.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking of Mendelssohn as well. His piano concertos are amazing, and his violin concerto.
See, I haven't listened to his violin concertos that much. How are they?
They're really good.
Okay.
His violin concerto caught my interest after 2 sets violin. Good job on them. No, he played it really well. Not being a violinist myself, but like just being from a musician's point of view, just like it's amazing.
Oh yeah.
The beginning of the concerto was just my favorite, and especially after the cadenza, in the first movement where the violin becomes the accompaniment for a moment. I just love that. It's just amazing.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out because I'll be honest. I haven't played Felix Mendelssohn, but I have played his extremely underrated sister, Fanny Mendelssohn, Hensel. So yeah, I got to look up more with Mendelssohn, but I know like his fame and I know his garner. I think that's part of the reason why I didn't put him on the list is because like I just haven't gotten around to him that much. And then also Brahms.
Oh yeah. Haven't gotten to listen to him as much yet.
The most that I've listened to him live in generalized, like wherever I go, has been when Mason and Kevin, shout out Mason and Kevin, played the Brahms waltzes for four hands. That was pretty dope.
It's really nice.
And also his intermezzos are like his later intermezzos. Are my good friend Tony put me onto those. And then there's also like a really good. It's like a 20-minute video on YouTube that talks about this one dude who like played Brahms during like a period when he was like terminally ill.
Oh,
and
okay.
like the transformation that he got from that. And I think that's also, I'll probably try to find the link and put it in the comment section of whatever we post this on. YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast. Does SoundCloud have podcasts? We're not putting our shit on SoundCloud. So yeah.
All right, should I? All right.
20th Century?
My honorable mention.
Oh, your honorable mention.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
My honorable mention is Lily Boulanger.
Okay, hold up. Okay.
Yeah. No, like, I respect her a lot.
Okay.
Her vocal pieces, her violin pieces are incredible, especially for how young of a composer she was. No, incredible. Piano pieces are not my favorite, but like I said, vocal, violin, just incredible. The first woman to win the Grand Prix de Rome, a composition.
That's right.
Yep.
She was. Yeah.
If you guys don't know, it's just basically a composition competition. Whoa.
Yeah.
And basically in the final round, they had to compose a piece. I think it's an orchestral piece, if I'm right, or just a piece.
So,
where they don't use any they don't use any like piano to like figure out the form. They just have to write it out by how they like hear it in their head, which is like an incredible feat.
Yeah, it's nuts to be. She was a child prodigy.
Yes.
She was legendary with it, and I agree. Like a lot of her violin works.
Incredible.
I'm similar with that in I think Clara Schumann. Like
Yes.
I loved a lot of her other works that I like got a second to listen to, but there was like a lot of the piano works where I was just like, okay, like I can get down to it, but man, shout out Schumann. That was another one on my list, dude. That's a
I know, like
banger honorable mention. I love that.
But yeah, she died too young, age of 24. Oh my god, she could have done so much. She could have done so much if she
Another early bird.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, man. I feel so sad for that.
But yeah, that's what I got.
Hell yeah.
20th century?
20th century. What you got?
Godowski.
Godowski? Okay. See, this is the realm where, like, you have more of the composers where, like, I haven't listened to.
Yeah.
Like, this guy right here put me onto Borskovich, who I love now.
Yes.
Borskovich is awesome.
On my list, by the way, of course.
Oh,
of course.
perfect.
I cannot leave
Amazing.
him out.
Amazing.
But Godowski,
Okay.
I'm playing one of his pieces, which I probably shouldn't have, but his Prelude and Fugue for left hand. He has wrote a lot of like left hand pieces, and in my opinion, he's really pushed where left hand piano composition comes out, because there really isn't as much, of course, compared to two hands.
Yeah.
His harmonies just too complex.
Yeah. Okay.
His piano sonata, incredible. In my opinion, better than Hammer Clavier.
Damn.
Yeah, crazy.
Okay. Because I haven't listened to his piano.
Yeah.
Sonata, so ooh, okay.
Yeah, wild take.
Wild take. Well, I mean, okay. In my opinion, not a wild take. I love Hammer Clavier, and I know I was glazing Beethoven like a fat ass minute ago, but like, Hammer Clavier is not my favorite. I said it. I said it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's it.
Oh no.
That's it. Canceled after episode 1.
Oh no. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna check out Godowski. Who's next? I kind of just want to hear all three of yours.
Oh, all three of
Yeah.
them? All right. I'm going to switch these two for a second, but yes, Borskovich.
Borskovich. Okay.
Of course.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to spoil.
No, you're good. No, you're good. You already knew.
Honestly, it was clocked in the brain. I was like, I feel like you put Borskovich on here.
But yeah, Godowski, Borskovich, heavily underrated. But they have incredible works. Borskovich, my favorite composer of all time. His piano concertos, my favorite piano concerto number one, just beautiful melodies. What did I put down? Oh my god. I could write a lot of things from him. Opus 24 number 3 is something I want to pick up. Probably going to use that as an audition piece when I come back for my master's.
Okay, nice.
And his Opus 33 number 8, something that I showed you when we were hanging out together, and just you were like, what is going on?
Bro,
dude,
crazy piece.
Yeah, harmony is just too beautiful. Way too beautiful. No, throughout this podcast I will be mentioning his name a lot just to get him in mainstream.
Put him in.
I'm trying to get him mainstream. That is one of my missions.
That's your mission with this podcast, to get all of these composers made. Honestly though, shit, might as well.
Yeah, as you heard, I'm just naming composers that you haven't. Lily Boulanger, Godowski, Borskovich. Dude, I am ready. I am here.
Hummel, which I think Hummel is more like, people in the realm know more about Hummel, but I feel like he isn't as much as like the others.
Yeah. But yeah, I put him on Borskovich. Like he said, it's just incredible music.
Nice.
Even my professor, my instructor is just like, whoa, cool stuff. And like she told me that she used one of his children albums, like one of his easier albums for lessons. I'm like, let's go.
Oh, I love having like children's albums for like by composers, just to give to my students. Like, oh my gosh, I love Khachaturian's children album. I was using that for sight reading practice, but I eventually was like, this could be really good for my students in general. So especially like if Borskovich has like a great children's album, like, oh, I'm all down for it. I'll have to something to live later.
And number 3 for me, Ravel.
Okay. Yeah, no, I can see that. Honestly, Ravel is like, for 20th century, he'd be like an honorable mention for me.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I love Ravel.
I tried learning his left-hand concerto. Yeah, I'm in a left-hand era right now, but incredibly difficult. But listening to his piece, especially from Yuzha Wang, dude, it is something just I cannot comprehend. Just like how can he make it work, especially with the techniques, dude.
It's mind blowing. Who did? Because I mean, not even just like from the perspective, like from an impressionistic perspective, like he's already goated. Like there's two French impression, like. Granted, French Impressionism isn't like the most popular subgenre of, I mean, it is popular, but it's not like the most widely, talked about subgenre of classical music. But if you were to talk about them, the two that you would look at are Debussy and Ravel. Like those were those people like that you would go to. Ravel just brought such a different style to it. Like it was hard enough to make it your own style because Debussy kind of like garnered that popularity and made that his own. Yeah. Even though he hated it. He hated the term, that is. Like he hated being called like a French impressionist. Ravel did the same, like he hated the same thing. But I think he made it his own style in a lot of different ways that kind of broke new ground. Like both in harmony and like technique. I love any piano rendition of La Valse. It's such a beautiful piece. It's really, I mean, it's one of the most difficult pieces that he's written, and probably one that's written in general. Okay. And I love listening to it. Gould did a really good recording of it, but I love Katia Bunyatyashvili. She is a really, really cool pianist. She has my favorite rendition performance of Liszt's Mephisto Waltz.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like She's really good. She's who I listened to when I was looking for like good interpretation ideas for the one Chopin mazurka that I did.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, but La Valse is just so characteristic in style, and it's like it shows that Ravel's Le Tombeau de Couperin, that's also like just a really good piano work set. That's awesome. The toccata in there.
Okay.
The and like doing all that, those like fast motions. It's really cool. Yeah, no, I love Ravel.
Your 20th century? Well, I did hit some of them.
You hit Debussy. For my other two, Sibelius.
Okay.
Main reason why I put Sibelius is because I think that he took that level of 20th century like violin works and did a lot of good with that. I think he was a really goated string player. His piano works also good.
Yeah.
One of my favorite piano pieces that he's like ever written in general has been like this romance that he did. Also a Tony honorable mention because Tony put me onto that.
Gotcha.
Which was like his Opus 24 number 2.
Okay.
It's such a beautiful piece if you ever get to take a listen to it. It's there's just like one ending to the melody, like this reoccurring motif that every time it shows up just is like so satisfying to listen to, and I love it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, all of the violin homies can probably get down to his violin works, especially his concertos.
I was listening to it as you were coming back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. Ray Chen, incredible interpretation of the Sibelius Violin Concerto, especially that one melody that's like being played everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Not to glaze, but Sibelius I think does have some of the cooler earlier 20th like century works for a lot of strings. So yeah. And my last one was Shostakovich.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Shostakovich's piano concertos, and I love his string quartets. Those are like the main two areas for me where I'm like, yeah, I can really get down to this. And I also love his message. Like
his message.
Oh, so
the government.
So during the nationalist period of music, when everybody was writing for their country, Shostakovich being Russian, he took that to the level of like, hey, I'm gonna make fun of my country with his music, and that led him to like, what, didn't he get like a KGB hit on him for a time? Like people were like, oh shit, like he's like low key.
I think the government was like threatening him, and he's gone away with it. I think a little too many times.
Yeah.
if I remember the history correctly.
Yeah, which is dope. Like I think like mad props to the dude for what he did during that time, and I like a lot of his.
A rage baiter for sure.
Yeah, he was classical music's like one of the top rage baiters in that era. I don't know. I just like a lot of his string works. I think this is definitely like a string heavy grouping for me for some reason.
Okay.
Except for Debussy, who is my third pick, which Debussy just blows me out of the water. Like,
yeah.
He wrote so much that was so impactful on a lot of people. Like, people I think will in general know what Clair de Lune is because that piece has been garnered very, very popularized and famous. And is it on the same level of overplayed as Faire Elise? Kinda, but
I feel like you can do a lot more with Clair de Lune.
You can do a lot more with it, and not even just that, but it's part of a suite.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of people will kind of sit there and just like only play Clair de Lune, but you know who didn't? Mason. Shout out Mason.
Dude, oh my god, such incredible interpretation. Like I really liked how he played it.
Well with it, especially with Clair de Lune. Like Clair de Lune So Clair de Lune is my favorite of that suite. My favorite of the suite is the Minuet.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite interpretation sense that I've seen has come from Mason, because like just the way that he's been able to attribute both 20th century stylistic choices in his interpretation and romantic choices, it's like, wow, you know, like he did really well. Really, really well. Overall with the entire suite, but that was my favorite.
Just like moving from one piece to the next, like you could see the story.
Yeah.
It is something, dude.
He took a lot of time to study that piece, both its historical context and the piece in general.
Yeah.
And that paid off a lot with his performance. So anybody out there, read up on the historical context of your pieces if you're learning a piece. Why? Because I'm pretty sure that'll help out a lot with making your interpretations of that piece a lot better. But yeah, that was my 20th century. Now, we have 3 more. I have 3 more.
Yeah, I
eras.
I don't have much for postmodernism and 21st, but I do have a bit of modernism.
You do have modernism? Okay, who's your modernist takes?
I'd say I'm just gonna throw all 3 of them out.
Sure.
Scriabin, Prokofiev, and Stravinsky.
Okay, so we got 2. And Scriabin is an honorable mention because
Okay.
I've just started picking up Scriabin again, like in terms of listening, and I was like, dude, he's nuts.
Of course he is.
Well, yeah, he was. He was nuts, but also his music was nuts, and it was awesome. I have Prokofiev and Stravinsky, and Bartok.
Bartok, okay.
Yeah, I think that like what Bartok was doing was on a similar level to like Prokofiev, where they were kind of extending like serialism in a way. Like Prokofiev, you didn't see that as much, I don't think. But
okay.
and I could be honest, I could be talking out of my ass here for that. But just as a preface, but Bartok, like his microcosmos is dope.
Okay.
His burlesques are great. Same thing with Prokofiev and the string quartet. Prokofiev has some of the best string quartets that I've ever heard.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god. Like the like that specific string quartet was like the first that I listened from him, and that was actually because of a violinist buddy of mine, Andy. He gave that to me when I was like trying to study a little bit of violin with him.
Okay.
And he was like, here, listen to this, get some ideas. I'm like, okay. And it blew me out of the water. Like that was my first introduction to him. And then later on in my piano career, I was like, dude, his sonatas, fire. I want to learn his Sonata 7 so bad, the Stalingrad. And that's mainly because like part of it just sounds like he's bashing on the keys, which is fun. I love doing that.
Which he has done when we played a duet.
Yes. Different genre though. That
Different
was
genre,
Mario.
completely. But yeah, one of my classmates in studio is playing Prokofiev, and I'm like, what is going on? Like in a really good way. Like, dude, really like it. I forget which sonata it was, but I've heard 2 from them, and each time I'm like, this is amazing.
I went by a practice room one time and I heard someone doing Sonata 2. The D minor is like bum 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 bum. Like that one, that was pretty cool because the 4th movement in that one, oh, so good because he takes like different themes from the prior movements and then he implements it into that last one, and it's really cool. And then Stravinsky, I mean, okay, I don't fully like glazing Stravinsky. And that's just because he was a little crazy.
Okay.
But in kind of like not the greatest way.
How so?
So like there were times where like he would go with like these manuscripts and he would have like performers play and everything like that. And performers like looking at him would be like,
you mean Rite of Spring?
Yeah. They would be like,
Rite of
is
Spring in
this
particular.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like is this how it should be played? And like it was a very obvious mistake. Like
Obvious mistake?
yeah, like in the manuscript, like it was just not written in like a correct format.
Oh.
And because of that, it was just like people were like confused. And I can't remember what it was. I think it was for either Firebird or for Rite of Spring. It was one of the ballets.
Okay.
And he was just like, no, it's fine. And like would just like kind of, and then it ended up being that. And like, granted, sure, I guess they just didn't see the vision. I tried playing a Stravinsky piece on piano one time, and I thought it was like, okay, this seems impossible to play with how it's written. And I thought it was just me being over dramatic. I bring it into my teacher, and one thing about my teacher is that he is so particular with fingering and so like amazing with how to go through and finger a certain passage. And he looked at it and oh my God, it looked like he was having like a heart attack just looking at it and just like trying to figure it out. And that's what led us to not doing the piece.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because it was like, and nothing on my teacher. Like like granted, it's not because like, as a preface, it's not because my teacher couldn't play it. Oh, he could play it. Trust.
Might take him like 2 years.
Yeah, no, it would have taken him way sooner than that. He's so good as a pianist. But for like me, dog, I could not play that piece without it being super well-meaning in my time. And it's not like it's like a hard piece harmonically to get. It's a hard piece because of the fingers. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, yeah, his string works are really good. His orchestral works are really good. He developed a lot of different stylistic choices that I think we adhere to today, like especially with people like John Williams, like who wrote so much stuff kind of surrounding that idea and that harmonic shift of what Stravinsky did in the as a modernist and like going in that realm, because he had like 3 stages in his life, and I'm really counting a lot of his like later stage 2 to stage 3 points of what he did, but he did that same thing in there. So yeah, that'd probably be like my modernist. And then like for postmodern, like I have Henry Cowell, which I really put on there because of all the stuff that he did to make extended techniques a possibility. Like he made, Aeolian Harp, the Banshee, and the 3 Irish Legends, which uses piano bashing. Which, if you check out my TikTok, Instagram, wherever, you'll see me playing the first of that suite. So that's cool. Arvo Part, he created his own kind of idea of tonalism, which I thought was really cool. And I can't remember the name. I thought I wrote it down. Arvo Part. Tonal theory. I think it's called like infinite tonalism or something. Titinabuli technique, where it uses 2 different melodic lines.
Okay.
And then, what was it? Infinite tonality. Or is it axis tonality? Can't remember it, but basically, axis theory. So it's axis theory, where you use, I think, like 2 common tones throughout each of the chords, and it builds an infinite kind of loop of what you're doing. Yeah. Arvo Part, also, if you want to go read up on him, he had like a really interesting life, like as a composer and as a person. Like I would recommend, I won't spoil it, but like I would recommend going to read it because he had a really good, interesting life. And then last for that me was Luciano Berio. Okay. Primarily for the sequenzas. Okay. Yeah, so like those were like virtuosic pieces that like challenged different instruments. So like he wrote a sequenza for like a bunch of different instruments, piano included, but he also did other ones like guitar, accordion. Yeah, there's an accordion sequenza. So any accordion players out there, boom. And then also like electronic music, because I think like it was postmodernism that allowed a lot more popularity for the like musique concrète, like avant-garde shit that they started writing with electronic music. I'm trying to think like there was like one piece that I studied that was like that wasn't Psy. I think it was Air. It was 1970s Air. And then let's not forget his memorial piece to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that it's just straight up called "O King," and it's a great piece. Like if you're into that type of stuff, like the more avant-garde realm, it's a great piece. Like I actually think it does the job really well for the time, to memorialize such a prominent figure in history.
Yeah.
So like to see that from a composer was also really awesome. So like I think from a postmodern sense, that was kind of the idea from there. And then finally, 21st century, the today. I actually do have a film composer in here, and that's Zimmer.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, did you think I was gonna put Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah. I solely didn't put Williams because for two reasons. Number one, a lot of his very popular works came from the 20th century.
Oh, okay.
Because think about it, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, like all of the stuff that he really wrote. He did have a piano concerto that I think
recently.
Very
recently.
Which that was pretty cool. But in terms of like that versus what Zimmer's done in the 21st century, with things like Pirates of the Caribbean, Dune, Interstellar, The Dark Knight. Like he wrote so much dope music and scores for all of these movies, and it was legendary. Eric Whitacre. I don't want to glaze too much on Eric Whitacre, but I think for what he did in the chorus realm was really good. Same thing with Arvo Part. Arvo Part did wonders for the chorus realm from what I found. So like that area was kind of solidified with those two, especially even before like the modern age. And then John Mackey.
Okay.
Mainly because concert band, like all that kind of stuff being more of like a modern thing, not coming out until like, not being popularized until like the Sousa era. But I think Mackey did a lot for what we could see in the realm of concert, symphonic band, like all that type of stuff, and putting that into a modern period. And I think like those guys kind of encapsulate where we took classical music and Western art music and putting that into the context of like what we do today.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with like what Zimmer working with film scoring being more of an electronic basis, and then Whitacre and Mackey putting forth a lot for these ensembles that aren't like wouldn't probably be as popular. Like let's be real here, like probably wouldn't be as popular as like an orchestra, because that's usually what they start growing up with. In the education system, we're like, all right, let's learn about our instruments, and then they use the orchestra as an example, right? Now, granted, of course, you have band going up into middle school, high school, same thing with chorus, but marketing wise, like usually I feel like people see a lot more in terms of like orchestras being marketed rather than like chorus and band, and I think that those are two, if they're marketed correctly, extremely profound. They have extremely profound places in our 21st century. But I just feel like if that comes with more marketing and that comes with more stability. And I think that we are getting that for a time, but it really just kind of depends. But yeah, those are kind of my last 6 of the postmodernist to 21st century kind of periods. And there are obviously different ones that we could get into. Ones like neoclassical people that are like, like going back to like classical roots / like romantic roots. If you ever want to listen to Eric Christian, he's pretty cool. Luke Faulkner, he's dope. And then Vivienne Roost. Those are like, I would say 3 good neoclassical, neo-romantic composers of like today.
Okay.
But yeah, man. So that's our big 3s.
Big 3s.
Big 3s. You can hate it, you can love it. That is what it be. But
if you agree with us, let us know.
Let us know.
If you don't, please
don't let us know.
In the comments.
In the comments, not in real life. I'm a pacifist.
Same here.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I don't fight.
Oh, dude, good for you. We'll see y'all in the next video.
Yeah.
Again, I'm Colin.
I'm Chris.
And this is Title Pending. Next episode will be a fun one. We won't spoil it, but it's gonna be great.
Absolutely.
All right, guys.